everyone. Welcome to our episode of Super Reaction Bros. I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And on today's episode, we're taking a look at the Screen Rant's pitch meeting for The Polar Express. Of course, The Polar Express is a legendary book, an iconic Christmas book about a boy who just, at first doesn't believe in Santa, gets on a train to North Pole, and then starts believing in Santa. That's the too long didn't read version of it. But the movie, take it for what you will. Yeah. Some people don't think the CG still wasn't there by that point, with Tom Hanks's soulless face and stuff like that. But honestly, I saw the movie once. I ever saw the movie once. I thought it was good. I don't think it was.
I read the original book pretty much. I read the original book itself. I used to have the book. Yeah, I know. I used to have the original book myself, and and when I watched it on film, it wasn't the most greatest, pretty much, but they did what they did with what they had, and I enjoyed it overall. Some people may diss it, maybe people may say, I'm just gonna stick to the book. It's all right, people are mixed with this film, and like you said, for me, I always enjoy it, myself, and I'll probably show it to my daughter when she's old enough, that you should be able to understand it a little bit more. But like you said, I enjoyed the movie. But let's just take a look and see what Screen Rant had to say about this for their pitch meeting for the Polar Express. So here we go.
So, you have a Christmas movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. So it's gonna be about this little kid, right? And he's not so sure he believes in Santa Claus anymore.
Oh, very sad.
But when he gets into a stranger's vehicle in the middle of the night, his whole life's gonna change.
Oh, God. No,
you see, this train called the Polar Express shows up, and this conductor guy's like, all right, get on board. We're headed to the North Pole.
That's where Santa lives.
It is, yeah. So this hero boy's gonna get on the train, and he's gonna meet some of the other kids that are on there. There's this girl child, and there's this know-it-all kid who's just gonna be the worst character ever put to screen.
Oh, the worst?
Yeah, just the most annoying, arrogant kid you can imagine. People might try to attack the theater screens, to be honest. So then the conductor is going to sing a song about hot chocolate while 8 men with identical faces pour some for all the kids.
Oh, is this a musical?
Occasionally, sure.
So what kind of stuff is he going to sing about hot chocolate?
Not just the standard hot chocolate stuff, like, you should never, ever let it cool.
You gotta let it cool a little bit.
Yeah, it's true.
You drink it scalding hot.
All right, I mean, you seem pretty passionate about this for some reason.
Yeah, so then the little girl wants to bring some boiling hot chocolate to this poor boy Billy who's sitting in another part of the train.
Right.
And so the conductor brings her there, right? But then Hero Boy finds her ticket and he's like, oh no, I gotta get this to her.
Okay, but she's with the conductor, right? That doesn't seem like it would be a problem.
Yeah.
Pretend like it's a problem, and then Hero Boy's gonna go to bring it to her, but it's gonna get caught in the wind.
Oh no, I guess?
Oh no, I guess?
Flies up into the air for a little bit, and then next to some wolves, and then picked up by an eagle who brings it over a waterfall. Then a baby eagle tries to eat it and spits it up, and so then it becomes a snowball. Then it hits the front of the train, then a hobo's face, and then back into the train car and stuck to it. It's gonna take several minutes.
Okay, so it's back in the train now.
It's back in the train now.
So, okay, so what was that about?
So this is actually based on a kid's picture book that's like 30 pages long, so I gotta fill up the runtime somehow.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So now the conductor has randomly decided to ask the girl for her ticket, but she doesn't have it. So he's like, okay, well, come with me, little girl.
Okay.
And that freaking know-it-all kid, he's like, on the Polar Express, if somebody doesn't have their ticket, it's standard procedure to, throw them off the back of the train.
Oh, my God.
But then Hero Boy finds her ticket, and he's like, oh, no, I gotta get this to her.
I feel like, didn't we just do this?
We just did, but this time the boy's not gonna drop the ticket.
I see.
So he goes to the top of a moving train in a blizzard and has a conversation with a hobo up there.
What?
What? He's probably a ghost. He's probably dead. Who's to say, though?
Oh, what is going on?
I don't know. Things, for sure.
Things.
I mean, okay.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention, I thought we could get Tom Hanks to play practically all these characters.
What? Yeah, just Tom Hanks, the whole dang thing. Just have one guy play multiple characters?
Why does it feel like the studio execs making...
Coffee run for the office? You guys want a coffee?
Oh, no, thank you.
Yes, I do. Scalding hot directly into
Get
my
it?
mouth. Don't you let it cool.
Yeah.
Don't let it cool at all.
He seems to be into that. Okay.
Oh,
anyway, I
he's
figured
playing
it'd be
all...
nice to have him play a bunch of characters.
Yeah, he's playing all the
Kind of
characters.
plays into the idea that maybe this whole thing is a dream.
Oh.
Except it's absolutely not a dream. I'll get to that later.
Oh, what?
Anyway, so then terrifying dead hobo Tom Hanks skis this little kid down the train before he gets absolutely crushed by a tunnel.
Oh, not getting crushed by a train tunnel is
Tight.
For sure. And then he finds
It's
the little
tight.
girl, and it turns out she's just been put in charge of the train, so everything, everything's okay now.
Wow, so stuff is just kind of happening, huh?
It is, yeah, for sure.
Wow, 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 wow.
So then
Wow,
the
wow,
train
wow,
almost
wow,
falls
wow.
into a lake for a second, and the little boy and the little girl go talk to that poor kid, Billy.
Oh, they do.
And he actually sings a song, because sometimes this is a musical, remember?
Right.
And so
'Cause
he
sometimes
finds
this is
out
a
it
musical.
doesn't
Sometimes it's a
work out
musical.
For him, and Santa never goes to his place, and he doesn't get gifts or anything.
If Santa's real, why doesn't he bring this kid toys at Christmas?
Well, see, the thing is, this kid is visibly poor, right? So, that's kind of gross. Santa hates that.
Fair enough.
No.
For them to cheer this kid up.
Actually, it's going to be super
You
easy.
see, barely an
Inconvenience.
inconvenience.
Oh, really? Yeah, see, the little girl starts singing about how, no, actually, Christmas is terrific because kids get gifts. It's great.
The kid just said he doesn't get that stuff.
Oh, yeah, well, somehow it cheers him up a bit.
Okay.
So eventually they get to the North Pole, which is just a weird, hauntingly empty industrial city.
Very Christmassy.
Yeah, so they wander around this eerily empty place for quite some time, but eventually they end up in a massive crowd of elves, and they're freaking out because they're gonna get to see Santa.
Don't they see him like every day?
Well, they're still pretty pumped about it, but then the boy can't see Santa, so he's like, well, what the heck? I can't see anything.
Okay.
And he picks up this little sleigh bell off the ground, and he can't even hear it ring when he shakes it.
Oh, how come?
Well, because he doesn't believe yet, That's his arc. He has to believe.
He's literally standing in the North Pole surrounded by elves.
Yeah, that's not.
I know, right?
He's still like, maybe not.
Oh, very high standards.
But then
Very
he
high
wakes up
standard.
And he gets to see terrifying Tom Hanks Santa Claus.
Oh, well, good for him.
Yeah, and now it's time for Santa to give the first present of Christmas time, and he picks the hero boy to get the broken sleigh bell that he found on the floor.
Not the best gift.
Well, that's what the kid wanted, it's symbolic. Anyway, he immediately loses it.
Oh.
Yeah, kid had a hole in his pocket, so then he's all sad on the train ride home.
Wow, okay, yeah, no, that didn't work out at all.
So then the conductor drops him off, and he's like, one thing about trains, it doesn't matter where they're going. What matters is deciding to get on.
Of course it matters where the train is.
Of course it
What's
matters.
this guy talking about?
I don't know, I just felt like I needed some kind of line there. Didn't give it a ton of thought.
Fair enough.
And then that hobo waves goodbye and turns to snow.
Oh yeah, what was all that about anyway?
Unclear, maybe this is all a dream.
But you said it's not.
It's not, no, because the next morning the kid opens up a gift and it's the bell he lost.
So, okay, so what
Don't think about it too much, I didn't.
Okay, I won't. So how would you make this movie? This sounds complicated.
Oh, well, I figure we could animate it, but make it fully motion captured. That's never been done before.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like technology's not quite there yet. Has the potential to be
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah, but maybe in a fun Christmas way.
Might have a lot of dead-eyed characters and uncanny
Yep.
valley vibes.
Well, look, if it is too uncanny valley looking and people get a little freaked out of it, we won't do it again, We'll have learned our lesson.
okay, yeah,
No.
okay, that makes sense.
Or maybe we'll do it again. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, the Christmas Carol.
To be fair though, they actually did better on the Christmas Carol version from what I heard.
From what I heard too, is like they did better on it. It's the same animation style. People just weren't fond of it, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty much what they. I love. What's funny in this one? I don't even talk about the movie, but just the guy in this, the studio exec. It seems he was more hesitant, a lot more hesitant than in the other pitch meetings about this one, because it's
Yeah.
like,
Especially when he
okay,
starts off saying,
he
this
gets
boy-
into a car with a vehicle with a random stranger.
and it's like, oh, that's where
Yeah.
it gets weird.
A lot of people's biggest issue with it, of course, is the fact it's a 30-page book. It's like,
Yeah,
what else?
It's a 30-page book. Yeah,
It's kind of the problem. Like, I know a lot of people still like the Jim Carrey Grinch movie, but that was the biggest
There's
problem
some-
with the
that's
Jim
what I said,
Carrey
it's-
Grinch movie.
and that's why I
was-
said. And that's why I said it's like those movies are mixed. They're mixed because you have the fans that still love the original, but you have the fans who love how they took it in the film.
Yeah, that's what I was pretty much saying, was that's what a lot of people didn't like about the Jim Carrey Grinch one, was that it just filled in too much stuff. And I guess the same thing with the Illumination Grinch movie as well. It was just the same thing, and same here with Polar Express. It was, aside from the uncanny valley vibes the computer animated effects gave, they just really filled it in with pointless stuff. Like, at least with the Jim Carrey Grinch movie, you can say, oh, we got to figure out a bit more about the Grinch's backstory. Same goes for the Illumination one, why he hates Christmas and stuff. Here, it was just filler. It was very obvious filler, from the random mystical hobo to the hunt for the girl's golden ticket to the scolding hot cocoa musical part. Just a lot of filler. Like, this is one of those ones where you just want to go, just read the original.
Yeah.
Like, at least the Jim Carrey one, you can just go, just watch the original animated short.
Yeah, it's
Just watch
it's
the
the type of
original.
thing where, like I said, it's always going to be split for those type of films because people grew up differently. Some people either read the book it's based off or watched the original, animated one that it was based off of, and it's just you're gonna have those mixed bag of things, and sometimes you're gonna get that with these type of films.
Yeah, it was also a random. This little the random jab at the fact that the Tom Hanks playing every character, and
Yeah.
obviously he's playing every character. The guy Ryan George is playing every character for the pitch meetings and stuff as well. But like I said,
and
it's
the
not,
scolding hot chocolate and things like that.
yeah, I think the biggest problem with the film is I feel like is the film. I can get past the uncanny valley of visual effects because I would still watch a lot of dated animated visual effects as well. But yeah, I guess for me it was just a lot of filler.
To me, this felt like this should have been just a short film. One of those films where it's like it's short enough because it's it expands on the book just a little bit, but not to the point where it's a full length feature film. I think that's what they should have done instead, honestly, because it could have still worked with this animation style, but just do it with in a short film type of sense of it. For those who can enjoy it, and like what Netflix does nowadays, where it's like they actually have like little Christmas short films, stuff like that. Like just 30-minute simple short films, and that's it. I think that's what this film should have done, which has gone down that route to where it can still stick to the original story without having to expand on anything. And still build that mystery.
Yeah, but overall, if you enjoyed the film, that's great. More power to you.
That's all right.
Yeah, but for me, my favorites will still be like some original ones we have on old VHS tape.
Yeah.
So other than that, if you're new to the channel, you hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about Screen Rant's pitch meetings, hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well.
Let us know what you guys thought of this pitch meeting. Do you think they nailed it, on how they told the story, how they delivered it, and things like that? Were you a fan of the original book? Did the film pretty much, do you think, in your opinion, the film, you enjoyed it yourself, you had fun with it, you show your kids or anything like that, or you still stick to the original book, with the original format, things like that? I mean, let us know in the comments down below. Put down what you thought of our reaction overall to this pitch meeting, but most importantly, we thank you for watching.
So until next time, I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And this has been a very Polar Express filled episode of SRB.
See ya.
Later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out our previous reactions,
Or any one of our other SRB shows,
check out one of our playlists down below.
if you want to check us out in the social universe,
You can find us on Twitter
and Stardust.
at Super React Bros.